Hello friends, Tanya here for Trinity Stamps, and today I want to show you how to make a light up card. We're going to use the You're So Bright stamp set, and I want to start out by doing some ink blending. We've got 3 Distress Oxide ink here. We've got Salvaged Patina, Mermaid Lagoon, and the brand new Uncharted Mariner. I started out on a light blue cardstock, and I'm going to blend the 3 colors into an ocean scene. We start with the Salvaged Patina, and then I'm going to add the Mermaid Lagoon and blend that nicely. And then we'll add the Uncharted Mariner. I love the way these all blend together. They make a great ocean scene with the deep, dark colors of a deep ocean bed. Creating an ocean scene is pretty easy, and there are many ways to do it. Trinity Stamps actually has a couple of great stencils that would work for this also, but sometimes just doing the ink blending is the most fun. I'm also going to add some spatters of clean water to activate some of the oxide action here and add some of that bubbly feel. Lots of spatters apparently. And I'm also going to take some liquid pixie dust and add that as some spatters also, because who doesn't need a little shine? I know I do. Next, we're going to take the Slimline striped frame die and the modern embossed frame panels from the Slimline series, and we're going to cut some layers. The piece of cardstock I had ink blended is actually big enough to do 2 panels. I took the smallest of those modern embossed Slimline panels because that's what will fit in our striped panel. And we're going to use the stamp set Little Light. He is so darn cute. We're going to stamp him several times on this background. I thought about using all 3 of the colors that I ink blended with, but decided to stick with the Uncharted Mariner. You can barely see the stamping on the very farthest down, but as you come up the card, it does get darker. And so you can see lots of these cute little fish. We're also going to use the Pearblossom Press 1 Light. This one happened to come in a pack of 5, and they are really easy to use. The battery comes separate. You just slide the battery in and then place it wherever it is you want it to be on the card, and you can make it light up. Now I'm showing you using a heart from one of the stamp sets in the Trinity shop, but there is actually a die that would work that coordinates with the light up stamp. There's a stamp that has like the glowing rays of a light up, and there's a coordinating die that would work with that. I realized that after I completed our entire card and would much rather have used that. But here we are. I used a heart die, and I added a piece of white cardstock, a thin white cardstock behind that die cut, so that the light shows through this to the best degree. Now I had taken my light and laid it behind it and made a little pencil mark for where the push spot is, and added the stamp that comes in the stamp set that says press here. Or does it say press me? Nope, it says press here. Now I found some foam adhesive in my stash that's actually quite thick, and it is the right height to put behind the card base to make this light up work very well. I put it all over the back of our piece, and I adhered our little light with a little bit of double-sided tape and lined up the light so it will light up that little heart when you push on the button. Now we'll add that to our striped frame with by taking the backing off of our foam tape, and then we'll add our little fish. I had colored this little fella several weeks ago, and he's just been waiting for me to add him to a card. We're going to add a little bit of dimension behind him by adding some stacked up pieces of cardstock. I think that this card is plenty thick enough as it is, so I don't want to add too much dimension behind our fish. Next, we'll add this to a Slimline card base, which is, it started out as 7 by 8.5 inches, scored at 3.5 to create a Slimline card that measures 3.5 by 8.5 inches. And that cover plate fits perfectly. And there you can see our little light light up. We're also going to take one of the sentiments from the stamp set, and we're going to stamp that with some VersaFine Nocturne ink, and I'm going to apparently stamp it twice. And then I'm going to pull out some clear embossing powder and add some embossing to this. I like to add the embossing because it prevents that ink from smearing, and it actually makes it look more vibrant and creates the raised shininess of embossing that I love so much on our sentiments. There is a coordinating die with this set for all of the sentiments in the stamp set. Just going to tack that down and run that through my little sidekick, which I can pull out on my desk very easily. I know I probably sound a little odd on this video. I'm sorry about that. I am recovering from the dreaded COVID. It's taken me this long to finally catch it. We're going to add that sentiment to the front of our card with a little bit of dimension. Using my tweezer to get that exactly where I want it on the front of the card. And now it's time to turn our attention to the inside of the card. I'm going to take the longer sentiment. The one on the front says, "You're so bright." And the one on the inside, gosh, I wish I could remember what it said. Oh, look, I have the card right in front of me. "There's nothing little about the light you shine." I knew it was a great sub-sentiment. We just inked it up with the Uncharted Mariner and added that to the inside of the card. And then we're going to add a few of these fish with the Salvaged Patina. One of the fabulous things about Distress Oxides is that they stamp very nicely. I decided to do some generational stamping, which worked for the most part. That last stamping didn't work so great. Next, we're going to take the Crystal Twilight Rhinestones, which came out with this latest release also, and they have a great deep sea feel. I'm going to take lots of these jewels and add them as accents across the front of our card because gems are always fun. I think this would make a great encouragement card. It would make a great sending someone off to school card, just a what the heck, you know, a just because card. It lights up and it has this great sentiment. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, now would be a great time to do that. And if you're interested in any of the products I used today, check that description box below. Until next time, here are a couple more videos I thought you might enjoy. Bye-bye.